How subjects change. The learning intention. Readers think about and discuss how subjects change throughout their life and the impact they have on others. The success criteria. I will be able to use sentence stems to discuss how subjects change and affect others. Today, I'm going to teach you to think about and discuss how subjects change throughout their life and the impact they have on others because you can learn important life lessons from reading about others. The best in fiction, we talked about how characters change based on events that happen to them. It's the same with the subjects of narrative nonfiction. And then in narrative nonfiction texts, we can see changes by looking at the beginning of a story and then at the middle or end. Let me show you how to think about and discuss how subjects change throughout their life and the impact they have on others. You can see on my anchor chart, I have this sentence stem. At first blank, but later blank. So here is where I would talk about how a subject changes throughout their life. At first, they did or thought one way, but later they changed their mind or they changed their actions. We're going to look at Manfish, a story of Jacques Cousteau. In the first part of the book, we learn about Jacques and his inventions and love for the sea. We see that he and a friend go to the ocean and he uses a pair of goggles to look under the sea. Jacques loved the sea so much that he created the aqualung so he could stay underwater longer and make films. Jacques loved being underwater, but he changed when he began to see that parts of the sea were changing and dying. The text even said he saw something happening, something shocking. On the next page, it says Jacques knew what he had to do. He had to make movies, movies to warn people, and movies to save the sea. So while I'm thinking about that, it's very clear that Jacques went through a change. I'm going to use my sentence stem at first blank, but later blank, and I'm going to write about Jacques' change. So at first, Jacques enjoyed the wonders of the sea and made movies to teach people about the sea. But then he saw plants and animals dying, so he wanted to make movies to save the sea. Now that I know how and why Jacques changed, I need to think about why it's important. How does this impact other people or animals? How did he change other people's or animals' lives? What is the theme or lesson that the reader can learn from this text? On the other part of my chart paper, you can see I wrote subject impact or change the lives of others. So because of your subject, something happened. In the case of this book, because of Jacques Cousteau, something happened. When I think about the book, I saw that Jacques began making movies to inform people about what's going on to the sea. And because of those movies, people cared more about the sea and wanted to save it. So using my sentence stem, I wrote this sentence. Because of Jacques Cousteau, more people were aware of how the sea was changing and they wanted to help save it. So that is why his change was so important and why what he was doing was so important. Now it's your turn. You're going to go back to the video about Ivan the gorilla. In the video, you're going to think about how Ivan's life changed. As you do that, explain it using the sentence stem. At first blank, but later blank. Then you're going to think about the impact Ivan had on others. How did he make them feel? What did he make them want to do? As you do, explain it using the sentence stem. Because of Ivan, what happened? After you finish, post your response in the discussion post.